Right, this is a summary of my visit to the Halkyn abandoned cemetery. Now, the first video, like I explained in it, it wasn't an investigation, it was just an observation. That was the very first time that I had visited that place. Very interesting place, very eerie. I didn't find it scary. I presume it would be a bit scary at night, but I didn't find it scary at all. But I found it very eerie. Well, then I did a bit of an intro in the car, and when I entered through the gates, just took a few steps, instantly there was a presence. There was something or someone with me. And the more I got into the cemetery, the stronger that presence. I felt that presence, and it wasn't in front of me. To see, if that presence was going to make itself visible or whatever, to see it, I'd have to turn to the side, or it was behind me. It was never in front of me. And that was continuously all the way, when I walked through the cemetery. It was exactly like as if someone was following me. And then the smell came. Strange smell. Never ever smelt anything like that before. I just could not explain that smell. It wasn't unpleasant, but it was just something that I've never smelt before, but it was very strong. Then my face started heating up at the same time as I started the smell, I think. My nose, forehead, cheeks, my chin, just the front, not the top of my head, not my ears, not the back, just the front of my face. And I was, looking at it in camera, seeing if it was, if you could see any difference or any redness or whatever, but I couldn't really make it out. But anyway, that was, it was a hot day, but like I said in the video, I did a bit, I wandered around before I entered the cemetery itself. Face was fine, As soon as I entered, the more I got into the cemetery, my face was, to me, I thought it was glowing. It was that hot. So I had a good wander around. Like I say, with this, whatever it is, following me, shall I say. And I got to a point where I turned, and it was, starting to make my way. And I think it was a tree or something behind me. And I suddenly had that feeling. It made me stop. That there was someone standing behind me. I just stopped. And I didn't look around straight away. I put the camera, you could see it in the video. Put the camera, see if the camera was picking up anything. There was a person, it was, standing 4 to 5 feet away, looking directly at me, eyes drilling into my back. And I was convinced that when I turned round, I would see someone standing there. So, as like I say, put the camera in this and that. So I turned round, put the camera. The camera didn't seem to pick anything. I never saw anything on the camera, and I couldn't see anything, unusual. So carried on walking round, and there's just gravestones everywhere, scattered. There's nothing. There's no order, nothing like that. They're just everywhere, and I don't like to walk over a grave, but in that place it is very difficult not to, because it's so unorganized. There's everywhere you look, there's tombs and graves, and they're just scattered everywhere. So anyway, I had a bit of a wander around. I decided to make my way back to the car. Got down to the lower half again, and that smell came back, and I never noticed that the smell disappeared as I got further up the cemetery. But when I got to the lower, back down towards the gate, the smell came back. It really strong. I don't know, I just cannot describe it. It wasn't unpleasant. It wasn't, you think, bloody hell, what's that? You instantly, you can smell it because it's so strong. But what it was, I have no idea. So anyway, got back down, walked through the gates, and instantly, the first thing I felt was my face, the heat in my face, disappeared. It was just normal. And that was, very strange. So what I decided to do was turn round and re-enter the cemetery, which is what I did. I held the camera on my face this time, and you can see that I'm actually under the trees, not in the sun at all. But you can actually see, at first my nose starts going red, then my chin, you can see it going red, and I'm saying, oh, my face now is heating up again. And then as I walk a few more paces, and you can see my cheeks then starting to turn red. So I turned round, walked back, out through the gates. Woof, instantly, my face returned to normal. So that was very interesting. So what I did then was, I put the video camera away, and I had a still camera. Before I left, I put fresh batteries in it, and checked the battery indicator. It was full, so switched it on. The lens came out, everything, looked at it, battery indicator full, no, everything as it should be. And what I wanted to do was, I walked up to that position where I felt that I was going to see someone when I turned round. I was going to take some photos of that area, that it was like a tree there. And as I was approaching that area, the camera started bleeping. So I looked at the screen, and it had low battery, and the battery indicator was flashing. Then it just shut down. Tried to switch it on, it wouldn't switch on. The batteries are just instantly drained. So I was unable to take any still shots. That was very strange as well. And that, like I said at the beginning, that was just an observation. That was just my first visit to that place. And I will be returning. I will be doing a bit of an investigation. I'll be taking a bit of equipment, EMF meter, voice recorder, and I may lock off a camera or two and whatever, and try and get some still shots. Do a bit of an investigation, because it is a very, very interesting place. And that's my first visit, and those are all the things that I experienced on my first visit. And I will be doing solo. I like my solo investigations, because I think, I don't know whether it's just me, but if you're on your own, you're more than likely going to see something, get something on camera, make contact or whatever. Because, just say for instance now, you're a ghost and you're in this house and you've been there 100 years, just say for instance. And then suddenly one day, 6 people suddenly barge in, making a noise and setting up tripods and wandering around with EMF meters saying, is anyone here, and this and that. You're more than likely, you the ghost, is to step back, not make yourself known or nothing, and just observe what's going on, thinking, hang on, what's going on here? And just watch them. But if just a single person entered this house and just said, hello, is anyone here? Don't mean you any harm. You're more than likely to try and make contact and just say, hello, and, just one-to-one. But that's just my theory. But yeah, I will be, revisiting that place, trying to get a bit of, I will be doing a proper investigation, because it is a very interesting place. Anyway, that's the abandoned cemetery in Halkyn. It's in North Wales, or to give it its full name, Pentre Halkyn.